Greetings to you all. Welcome to Creative Writers. Pen Crowns Vision. Date 1st May 2021. And the topic is Happy Labourers Day. May I now welcome Mrs. N. Sumathi to recite today's poetry. Please, ma'am, welcome.
Work is worship. I love to recite poems. Thank you, Brinda ma'am, for giving me the opportunity to do so. Mrs. Deepa B. May Day. Happy Labour's Day. As the sun, labourers labour all the day. It is not a fun, even though they lost their glamour in order to survive. Sun's depending none, self-respect is their armor, so their hands they believe. As ants shun the ideology of rumor, laborers discard the superstitious beliefs. Mrs. Sumathi. Sophocles' inspiring words. Without labors, nothing prospers. Without labors, nothing prospers. There's no masterpiece without great labor. Enjoy the joy of working. Feel very lucky to work. Do the best every day. Pleasure in the job brings perfection in work. Labor to uplift humanity with honor and dignity. Build the future of our nation with your hard work and dedication. Mrs. Beulah on Labour's Day says so. Working so hard but still underpaid. Struggling to meet your daily need, carrying loads of pain, toiling long hours to gain. Striving to make both ends meet, from dawn to dusk labouring in the heat. Every hidden brick in the wall praises the stony hands awhile. The sweepers keep our surroundings clean. Never worry, even if they grow lean. Sincerely in the hospital and street, in big restaurants they never eat. May Day's credit goes to Peter McGuire, co-founder of the American Federation of Labor. Was first celebrated on 1st May 1890 to honor the efforts of the working community. Dear laborers, we salute you. All are equal. Never exploiting their hard work, let's wish well. For the good of the laborers, none parallel. The earth would grieve without you all. The earth would grieve without you all. Mrs. Princelin Joe Y. Always hard their lives in the world. For the welfare of others they toil. Without a wink of a second, under the scorching sun they boil. A life of plowing to live for others. They drip their sweat of precious pearls. I salute for their tireless labor as they make the land better and sweeter. A day of luminous celebration when we stop a child from a victim of exploitation. Let's put an end to the child labors. Let's join hands to save our pillars. We will accept all the labors and honor. May we give the respect they deserve. Happy May Day to our selfless workers. Tremendous wishes to our makers and creators. Mrs. Kalyani PR, May Day. Laborers are the foundation stones of all the successful projects. Hospitals won't function without health workers and cleaning laborers. Hotel doesn't function without cleaners and suppliers. A company doesn't function without sweepers and operators. The workers and laborers are the backbone of all institutions. Initially, there was no rules and regulations for anyone who worked. Later, international unity and solidarity streamlined everything. and started celebrating a day for labor, the first day of May month every year. The sweat of laborers make the country prosperous. Behind every ostentation, the strain of the poor workers shine. An honest and sincere worker is always divine. His work is his wonderful God. Let us pray for their health and fight for their comfort. Happy May Day to all the laborers. Mrs. R. Vijayashanti on Labor's Day. Souls that strives a lot to serve for the uplifting of the society as well as for the sake of the family are the real heroes of the society. A tireless social human being who bear the unbearable labor pain, spends her whole lifetime for others, multitasking angels as a roaming deities. I salute the frontline workers who are the real laborers today. Sacrifices everything for the other souls, for their lives are the real laborers. Mrs. R. Erilarasi. Labor's Day is on 1st May. Earlier they worked 15 hours a day. With unity they protested in a right way. Hurrah! Now workers work 8 hours with proper pay. It's a great day to honor workers in the nation. Some people work overtime without recreation. For the better life of their generation, obviously it's a glorious day of celebration. Mrs. S. Lakshmi. Happy Labor's Day. When there is no water in the earth, people will not survive in earth, is the truth. Likewise, when there is no sweat of the laborer, the economy of the country will not prosper. Workers have the agility to raise the sun. Though they work hard, they never moan. Their hard work that flows tirelessly like a rivulet, though then teak body that bathes in the sweat. They are rough hands without marks, with worn and tired legs, but their hard work makes the good nation, and they are the great asset of every nation. There is no one to beat the laborers, and no masterpiece is created without great workers. Let's celebrate and respect all the workers, cause they are the country's success ladders. Mrs. Alice P. How appreciable laborers are! Such an admirable adventures more, earning for living hardly, mourning in poverty sadly. Scarifying deeds doing scavengers, without them we the sufferers. My countrymen mostly laborers, rarely a few shiny as owners. Every year the May 1st celebrated to quench thirst of the laborer's golden sweat. Happy Laborers' Day, the great. Mrs. Anuradha. Fruits are sweet only they are planted. Happiness is enjoyed only when it is experienced. Sweat from the brow may taste salty, but that sweat makes the food they eat taste delicious. Food, when is tasted with pleasure of work, make us to cherish and flourish more. Dr. Mary Suresh. Happy Labor's Day. Work is worship. Labors are in hardship. Physically pain more, mentally gain lower. Typically paid on less, though work tireless. Working for hours, shed blood as showers. Boon for country, never get free entry. No recreation, depending ration. No recreation, depending ration. Forgotten neighbors, unlucky labors. Forgotten neighbors, unlucky labors, split sweat for others more than mothers. Forgotten neighbors, unlucky labors, split sweat. Mrs. V.T. Kavita. Welcome May Day, for it brings gay. Reminds of hard workers work without any measure. They work for others' pleasure. Their body shine like the sun as they remain away from the sin. They eat not nutritious food, their only wealth is health. Workers need not any gym, as they ever hum hard work. They undergo pain without much gain. Salute all the laborers as they work for our favor. Salute all the laborers as they work for our favor. Real heroes of our nation, they need not go to any temple. To God, they are the sample, for work is worship. Mrs. G. Sarala. Labor Day. An honor to the workers, to the dedication as tool makers. Laborers are the roots of the society, holding the nation as our property. As the labor pain of the mother is praised forever, so do labor ought to be saluted. For their pain being sweated, estimation is 8 hours only, but exceeds as they work solely. The weekends off work, this statement ever not to jerk. The labor movement highlighted the end to child labor, which delighted as to educate all classes of child, uplifting the economic wild. Mrs. Shyamala. Behind every laborer there is labor. The laborer's sweat fills the rich pockets. Unfortunately, they become their wickets. Pain is on one side and the gain is on the other side. If the laborers are given respect and treated with great affinity, the country's growth will reach the peak. Never try to curb their rights and not let them involve in fights. Laborers are our country's wealth, so let them go on their own for the progress of our nation. Mrs. J. Yeril. May Day. The mud-baked manual laborers are the paramount pillars of any country, none on par. Gardener of a land's growth, watering the plants with sweat, they may look filth, without which a nation cannot stand up, nor the people flourish and fly up. Menial workers, demeaned by the elite, blind to the fact that they are the source of their plight. Mrs. Tamarai Selvi. Our day-to-day needs fulfilled by someone's hard work, someone's smart work, makes the world to feel sophisticated. Hard work or smart work, effort should be acknowledged. Farmers' toil turns us food and multiple sources. Laborers' hard work bring prosper to the nation. Like the honeybee's nectar becomes a medicine. Mother's strenuous suffering honored as motherhood. Laborers' selfless efforts labeled as praiseworthy service. Who one just worked for gains, not gained the recognition. If the work with dedication not failed to bring the distinction. Celebrating the Labour's Day isn't they expect. For rewards or awards they aren't await. Accept their pains, their toils should be commemorated. Educate them the liberty to feel their liberation. Giving the dignity, their self-confident might be ignited. Let the fragrance spread in their garden roses. Let them to come out from the sewage ditches. Let them to attain the world empirical knowledge, to breathe the fresh air. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, dear Sumathi ma'am, for your wonderful recitation. Okay, we really enjoy every day with the beautiful pronunciation and stress and intonation. And I thank all the creative writers for their continuous smart penning. Thank you, dear creative writers. Happy May Day once again to you all.